and Burbab... Burbab? I miss you, John Bab. Welcome back to Futbol Mundial, not Stat Wars. We just couldn't be bothered to change the chairs. And today I'm once again joined by a man who supposedly dresses like a granddad. Yep. It's Michael McCubbin.
Indeed. What can I say? I am a wise man. Today we've got a Prem legend coming good in India, a South American manager losing his head, what's new, and a small club actually benefiting from big business, and possibly the worst kits you've ever seen. Brace yourselves. We're beginning this week's edition in fashionable style, as over the past 7 days, a number of national sides revealed their new Nike strips for the World Cup, with Nigeria's quite literally wavy goal proving to be the people's favourite. It's quite something, isn't it?
It's so good.
Does make you look like you're coming out of a rave, though, in about 1993.
But it's so good. The jacket as well. But anyway, over in Las Vegas, newly founded club LVFC have unveiled their first ever kit. And to be quite frank, it's a monstrosity.
It is. As you can see here, the club have done a pretty good job in reflecting the defining aspects of the city they're from. Neon lights, fake happiness, and general tackiness, with the icing on the cake being that confetti-covered smiley face on the underside.
My God.
What are they doing?
Who makes a kit where you're meant to celebrate? Anyway, but what is the worst kit you've ever seen? Let us know with the hashtag #crapkits in the comments below. What do you reckon, Michael?
I don't know. I was thinking about this. Probably about every single Liverpool away kit for the last 5 years. They've all been pretty horrendous. What do you guys think, though? What do you think, Zach?
I don't know, I'll be honest. Now, the transfer window is usually a great time of excitement, as the prospect of the latest superstars joining our beloved clubs come to boil over. Well, unless you're getting Andy Carroll. But anyway, it also breeds the disgust amongst us honest, hard-working footy fans at the ludicrous fees dished out for such players.
It does indeed, but believe it or not, the glamorous transfer merry-go-round can also be a force for good. Who knew? And this latest fairy tale actually comes courtesy of Man City, owners of the most expensive squad in world football.
That's because their purchase of Aymeric Laporte from Atletico Bilbao last month actually saved the Frenchman's boyhood club, SU Agen, from going into administration.
Nice pronunciation there, Zach. A bit of a one-off. The small town club, who play in France's 8th tier, were eligible for 1% of the fee paid by Man City to Athletic, due to him playing for them for 4 years as a teenager. That means they will receive nearly €650,000. Absolutely huge for a club at that level.
According to the club's co-president Jean-Claude Brunel, Agen were due to stop operating at the end of the season as a result of their financial difficulties. So this massive payday has been an absolute godsend.
We head to India next, where last week one of the ISL's biggest stars finally began to show his worth.
That man is none other than Dimitar Berbatov, as he finally scored on his 7th appearance for the Kerala Blasters last week.
Yes, David James's men are chasing the playoffs, but were held to a draw by this season's flops ATK. However, they can take some solace in their superstar Bulgarian getting on the score sheet, especially considering he's on the 3rd highest wages in the league's history. About time.
And Burbs rolled back the years with a sumptuous half volley from the edge of the area. But can he kick on and fire Kerala to the title? They've only got 3 games to sort it out if they want a chance. Let us know in the comments below. We head back to France now, but this story is far from a fairy tale, as sadly racism has once again reared its ugly head into the game.
Yes, many fans across Europe are clearly not watching Futbol Mundial, because we seem to be calling this out nearly every week now. Believe it or not, we don't actually enjoy doing this. We don't choose to do this.
It's stupid. The weekend just gone saw even more stupidity. First from Dijon fans who racially abused Nice striker Mario Balotelli, and then from the referee, who booked him for complaining about said abuse.
What is going on here? Nicolas Rainville was the official in question, and he has rightly come in for criticism from a number of organisations for not following the UEFA protocol of stopping the game to deal with the offenders first. And yeah, what's going on now?
He's now under investigation from the French footballing authorities. Let's hope this gets stomped out as soon as possible and we never have to cover racism again on Futbol Mundial.
I mean, wishful thinking, Zach, but I mean, yeah, at least try and sort it out this time. Now here in Blighty, we're pretty used to managers losing their cool with the press, and just this week, our illusion of Roy Hodgson as the gentleman's gentleman was shattered with this piece of footage from his time at West Brom. It is pretty classic, actually.
Which one do you think? I'm asking you.
No, well, I'll leave it then. If you're going to be tricky like that, I won't even bother to carry on. So what decision are we talking about?
Okay.
So let's not take the piss here. Well, I won't mention it then. There wasn't a penalty in the game. There wasn't one of those ridiculous situations in the game. That didn't happen. So let's just talk about our performance.
Any decisions in the game that you weren't happy with?
No, we've already been through that. We went through that before you've restarted the interview. So I'm not prepared to talk about decisions. If people who watch the television can't see what decisions I'm talking about, then let's forget about it.
But as you know, anything we can do, Brazil can do better. And last week, Atletico Mineiro boss Oswald de Oliveira became a reporter's worst nightmare following his side's humiliating 1-1 draw with fourth-tier side Atletico Acreano in the cup.
Yes, and when it all became a bit too much for the incensed coach, he absolutely went for the poor cameraman who was holding a little iPhone on one of those little carrier things. Take a look at this.
Caralho, é você, ô babaca. Caralho, é você. Isso. Que porra é essa? Tá pensando que tá falando com quem? Tá pensando que tá falando com quem? Que coisa de caralho é esse? Só você ouviu isso.
As you saw there, it didn't take much to hold him back, but his victim was certainly freaked out.
He certainly was. He may be 67, but Oliveira can clearly still spark fear into anyone. We don't reckon that cameraman slept a wink yet. Before we go any further, we must address the sad deaths of two footballers over the past 2 weeks.
Yes, on Friday, former Man United and Celtic midfielder Liam Miller passed away after a battle with pancreatic cancer. He was just 36 years old.
And just days earlier, Spanish teenager Nacho Barbera collapsed on the field while playing for his side Ude Alfira.
Barbera was the captain for the Alzira's 13 to 14 age group, and tributes poured in across Spain during the weekend, including from Antoine Griezmann, who held aloft a shirt bearing the young boy's name.
Both taken far too soon. Our thoughts go out to the families of both Liam and Nacho.
Now it's time for our one to watch, and thanks to Unknown Music, we are looking at French centre-back Benjamin Pavard this week.
Yes, indeed. Great name, by the way, Unknown
Great
Music.
name.
The 21-year-old is currently in the middle of his second season at VfB Stuttgart, and for those of you unfamiliar with the Bundesliga, he has been a revelation this campaign.
Pavard is averaging 4.7 tackles and interceptions a game, is winning over 3 headers per 90, has helped keep 6 clean sheets, and hasn't missed a minute of bully action so far.
Pretty impressive for a defender so young. Stuttgart may be sitting in 14th currently, but Pavard is clearly built for a greater stage and has already actually won 2 caps for France, who, of course, have the likes of Samuel Umtiti, Raphael Varane, Laurent Koscielny, Aymeric Laporte at their disposal. So watch this space. This guy is going places.
And if you guys have any players we should look at next week, use the hashtag #OneToWatch in the comments below.
Yes. Finally, we head over to Madrid, where Real are gearing up for their mouth-watering Champions League clash with PSG tomorrow night. Ooh.
I, for one, cannot wait.
Don't blame
And
you.
one man who has been stirring the pot
Look at the flick of their wrist. Look at the flick of their wrist.
ahead of the tie is Los Blancos left-back extraordinaire, Marcelo.
Yes, with constant talk of Neymar wanting a move away from Paris, supposedly, the 29-year-old Brazilian has made public his desire to see his Seleção teammate join him at the Bernabeu. Fair enough. But he even said, I think one day Neymar will play for Real Madrid. Ooh.
I don't know about that, but what do you guys think? Has Marcelo got a crystal ball, or is he just chatting shit to get into the heads of his opposition? Let us know your thoughts. You know where? Comments below.
So that was Futbol Mundial over for another week. What did you think of the stories? What should we cover next week? Let us know on the handles on screen right now. And Zach, what should they do next?
Well, if they haven't seen it already, our first match, FTFC versus Soccer AM, went out on the weekend. I'm not going to tell you the result, but I will tell you I made a great save. And this man right here got into a fight.
Nearly got in a fight,
So
mate.
go check that out.
Don't
And if you
mess.
have seen that, check out the behind the scenes on FTFC. Make sure you subscribe there, subscribe here, like the video,
Yeah.
and have a good
time.
day.
Yeah, non-league vlogs as well on FTFC as well, so make sure you check that out.
Do
Yeah.
that as well.
Sweet.
Bye.
Right.